2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello everybody, my name is Sam Rugg, and today we're talking about the Bebop Scale, specifically this pattern called spins. So the Bebop Scale is an altered Mixolydian scale. We're going to be playing this at the 8th fret in kind of a close position, and the way this is going to stack out is we're going to play C, D, E, F, G, A, B flat, there's your flat 7 for the Mixolydian, to C. So that's our Mixolydian scale. C7, C, E, G, B flat. Mixolydian scale is a major scale with a flat 7. Now we're going to be adding in the natural 7 to give us what's called, in some circles, the Bebop scale. Now this is an interesting scale because it changes it from a 7-note scale to an 8-note scale. So we have this symmetry that starts to happen. And the way that this gets applied is that if you start on a chord tone for C7, either C, E, G, or B flat, there's always going to be a passing tone in between every single one of those chord tones. So C to E will have the D, E to G will have the F, G to B flat will have the A, and then from B flat to C, because it's Mixolydian, we normally would just play B flat to C. We're going to actually put that leading tone, the B natural, back into the scale. So it's just a nice little chromatic passing tone. Now the way that this scale is going to map out with the spin pattern is we're going to be taking the simple up and down motion, and we're just going to run it through little chunks of the scale. So what do I mean by that? I mean we're going to start on C, and we're going to go up the first 4 notes. C, D, E, F. That's the first cell. So now we're going to come back down. We're not going to just come down F, E, D, C. We're not going to play the exact same notes. We're going to actually move up to the next chord tone, which would be G. So we'll play C, D, E, F, and we're going to move up to G. Now from this G, we're going to come back down. Here's the down motion. G, F, E, D, right? So now we're going to go up. Now we don't want to start on this colorful tone, this D, the 9 or the 2. We want to start on the 3, so we're going to move up to 3. So 3 or E, E, F, G, A. Now again, we don't want to play that. We're going to start on the next chord tone up, which is B flat. So now we're going to be coming down again. B flat, A, G, F, down motion. Now up, we're going to start on G. So G, A, B flat, B. There's that chromatic note that we talked about. We'll keep that motion going up. So we have our C, and now we're going to come back down. C, B, B flat, A. Simple up and down motion. Up from B flat, and then we'll continue up, and then come down from E. And then C. This is where we started, but up an octave. So this exercise is going to take this idea and we're going to run it through not just the low octave, but 2 octaves, using this up and down kind of motion. So the way that that stacks out is, we'll talk through the top half of the scale. So we'll go C, D, E, F. Remember, it's going to keep leaning up. G. There's up. Now we're going to come back down. From this G, G, F, E, D. And we're going to slide up to the next chord tone, E. We'll play from E, going up, E, F, G, A. And we're going to grab the next highest chord tone and come back down, B flat, A, G, F. Now you notice I stretched over here. I didn't grab it here. This is a particular move because we're going to do a little slide through those 3 notes. So G, A, B flat, B. We're going to come down C, B, B flat, A. And that takes us to the end of the exercise. So now, the way to practice this, once you have the notes mapped out, I'd encourage you to maybe pause the video or take a minute to just practice running that through with that notation and tab. Make sure that all of those notes are really clear. We want to make sure the fingering's not a problem. Make sure that we're grabbing all of the notes that we want. We don't want any accidental moon tones. And once the notes are clear, now that can be a project. I'm just kind of whipping it out here right now. So it might take a minute to get that into your fingers. You can study what my hands were doing, or there's a little bit of context that's informing this. So I'm not going to go into all of that right now. But once you get your fingers comfortable around that shape with that extra note, then you can start using the metronome. I would recommend starting it at 60. If it's a brand new shape, I do this in quarter notes, where I line each click up. And just meter it out. With the click happening now. Here's my third. Here's the flat 7, or the root, sorry. Here's the 5. Here's the third going up. Here's the flat 7 coming down. And then here's the 5. Just play it as quarter notes. And I have this at 60. Once you have it as quarter notes, there's a few things you can do. I like to go up in chunks. I've got this nice Korg metronome here. It's been with me for a long time. If I push up on the tempo, let's see, can we see it? 60. If I push up, it's got its own method of madness. It doesn't just go up by 1. So a lot of times I like to go up by 3 clicks of this metronome. So if I start at 60 and I go up by 3, 1, 2, 3, that takes me to 69, right? Just based on this device. And do it quarter notes a little faster. Root. Here's 5. Here's 3. Flat 7. 5 going up now. Root coming down. Flat 7 going up. 3 coming down. Root going up. 5 coming down. So what I would do is I would move up in groups of 3. If that's too much, go up by 1, go up by 1 click, or go up by a notch of 3, 60 to 63. If you got a metronome where you're punching it in, go up in chunks of 3. I like to go 60, 63, 66, 70. Do like 3 notches on each 10. What I mean by that, like 60 to 70, each 10, 63, 66, 70, 70, 73, 76, 80. You could go like that. You could go by 5s if you're feeling real froggy. And I would work that up at least to 120, because there we get a phase shift. This starts to become about the speed of eighth notes at 60 if we tap on 2 and 4. The speed of quarter notes at 60 if we tap on 2 and 4. And so once you get it up to there, you can take it to the next level. This is a whole other project I'm not going to go into right now. I'd recommend, if you're interested, stay tuned. Do a little research, check it out. You can tap this not as 1, 2, 3, 4, but as 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Very jazz kind of minded approach to feeling time. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Quarter notes now, it's kind of like a cut time, except 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're accenting those kind of 2 and 4 there. What the hi-hat would be doing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, right? And then the same thing there, 2 and 4. Now that's not a small project. This is just the way that I would work with this. And I usually like to hit 60, 80, and 100. So that would give us those 3 notches. I want to make sure I can check in at those tempos before I move up generally. And then after that gets comfortable, you can try it as 8th notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. These are nice and straight. Like so. So once you get that in quarter notes and as 8th notes straight, you can push it a little further by swinging it. Now, I'm not going to go too deeply into this right now, but it kind of comes out of this accented upstroke. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, Takes a little bit of time to get comfortable with that feeling, but you can do that with swing. Now this swing feel is not da 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 da. It's very heavy on the downbeat. It's more of the accent goes on the offbeat. 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2 and kind of like so. 2, 3, 4. Some bebop spins. And then you can push that 60, 80, 100, all the notches in between. Super helpful. And lastly, in this blog post, I talk about doing this all keys, these bebop spins, this pattern in all keys, all in 5th position. Now, I'm not going to go into that right now. That's a whole can of worms, a whole project. That was valid observation for me at the time. What I'd encourage you to do if you're first encountering this, get it really clear. In this C scale, the C bebop or Mixolydian, make sure that that's no problem. And then if that's feeling cool and you got a little bit of facility with that, then I'd encourage you to move it around the circle of fourths. I've linked that in the original post. Quick, C, F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, F sharp, B, E, A, D, G, C. That's the circle of fourths. You can take that by changing this root note. C, F, B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, F sharp, B, E, A, D. It's a little bit of a project. You might need a reference if this is all brand new. But by moving the shape of that scale to those different notes, you're going to get a different scale. It's going to be the same quality. It's going to be a Mixolydian / Bebop scale, but you can move it from C up to F just by changing that root note. 2, 2, 3, 4. Like so. F, B flat, E flat, A flat, and so on. That's plenty. That's a whole lot. But this is a really good exercise. I really liked this in my undergrad because of the kind of facility that it started to bring to my fingers. It's really interesting to have this kind of position playing exercise that works really nicely over dominant chords. Lots of dominant chords in the bebop kind of era and henceforth. And it's a really nice way to kind of address those changes, to kind of acknowledge them with chord tones using this pattern. So very cool. You can move that pattern around the circle once it gets comfortable, and that will help you see it across the fretboard. Just the same exact shape. All you have to do at this point is just move that shape. Just make sure that you're copying and pasting that shape. It'll give you it'll give you the scale in each one of those keys. Eventually you want to, well, for me, don't let me presuppose anything about your life, but for me, the way that my mind is wired is I want to know what all that is. Like, what are those notes and why? And so that's a humongous topic that will not fit in this already too long video. But if you're interested, I'd encourage you to lean into that. Check it out. There's a lot of nourishment that can be found there. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you have a good day. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.